Hi, I'm Bill from CJ Pony Parts. We recently installed the ADD HoneyBadger front bumper on our 2017 Raptor, and it gave us that tough, aggressive look we're going for. So to continue the theme, today we're going to install the matching HoneyBadger rib bumper on our 2017 black Raptor. The ADD HoneyBadger rear bumper has the same aggressive looks as the front bumper and will be a direct replacement for the rear bumper on all 2017 Raptors. It's going to add the ability to add cube blending along with hooks and gives the truck a much tougher look. For this installation, we had a 3/8 ratchet, 10mm socket, 14mm socket, 15mm socket, 21mm socket, 9/16 socket, T40 Torx bit, 9/16 wrench, panel removal tool, hammer, pry bar, some sort of grinder, and safety glasses. We're going to start by disconnecting our trailer plugs. There's two metal pins in the back. You simply just push them in and then push it out the back. Here you can see these are the metal retainers. You'll just get behind there, give them a good squeeze, and it'll pop out. And grab the plug here and unplug it. Next, remove the license plate lights. Again, little plastic clip. Just push it in and pop it through. Next, we're going to remove the proximity sensors. To do that, you basically remove the sensor from this little holder by spreading these tabs and then push it through. We're going to leave the cups for now, just disconnect the sensors. Now we're going to pull the black cover on top of our bumper here. You're going to want to start back in the corner, kind of just pick it up, work your way across and pop it free. The cover off, we're going to remove these pieces next. They're held on by some Torx screws. There's one here, 2, 3, 4, and then a fifth one over here. With side pieces off, the next thing we got to remove is the license plate piece, which is going to require grinding. So the first thing you want to do basically is get all the wiring harnesses off of it. Get that stuff out of the way. We're going to be grinding are these 5 sections here. This longer one here, 3 short ones in the middle, and this one over here, so I get this bracket off the mount. Now the bracket off, you're going to want to grind these smooth. All right, I want to give the area a quick clean. I'm going to give it a quick coat of primer and a coat of paint. We need to remove the hitch next. So we're going to start by removing this ground bolt here, then the bolts for the exhaust hangers, and finally the bolts for the hitch itself. Then remove these 2 nuts here that connect the exhaust hanger to the hitch. You're going to do this on both sides. The last step in removing the hitch is remove the bolts that hold it on. 1 nut here, 1 here, and 1 there on both sides. Now we're going to move some parts from our factory bumper to transfer over. We're going to start with the cover here for the jack to get the spare tire down. You're going to grab your key. Let's pop that out. I'm going to push the tabs down here and remove the sensors. We'll start with the license plate lights. Just lock them in place. Now we install the key with the cover. Okay, now we'll take the holders for the parking sensors. Make sure all three line up. Pop it in place. They are kind of specific. Next, we're going to install this adapter here. This is for our trailer plugs. Now we're going to install the plug. Make sure you pop the clips out so it stays in place. Now we're going to grab our hitch, put up on the bumper, and line up the holes. I'll leave these loose, so get them snug. Make sure you still have some play in them. The bumper connected to the hitch. Now we can put the whole assembly back on the truck. You definitely want some help with this. If you can get a couple friends that actually hold it up in place, it's easier to put the hardware on that way. Now, if you remember, we left the bolts loose that hold the bumper to the hitch. The reason we did that, so actually we have side-to-side adjustment. You want to make sure that this is straight here. You can bump it over a little bit if you have to, but make sure your sides are right. Then we're going to tighten the bolts that hold this to the hitch, and then to keep the up and down correct, we'll tighten the bolts that hold the hitch assembly to the truck. And once you have those tight, we can go back and tighten these main bolts that hold the entire assembly to the frame of the truck. I'm going to reinstall the exhaust hanger next while we're down here. Now we're going to fish the harness up into place and start making the connections again. We're going to start with our license plate lights. Okay, with the wiring done, we can reattach the factory strap here. Use the original hardware. All right, and the last step down here is to plug in our trailer harness. Now on the outside of the bumper, these holes here, there's one on each side. Reinstall the factory bolts. Install your license plate and your installation is finished. The Addictive HoneyBadger rear bumper finished our truck off perfectly. It matches that aggressive, tough look at the front, adds the ability to add some hooks and some lighting back here as well. Overall, the installation's not too bad. Figure about 3 hours or so. Be back on the road in no time.